You're now listening to PMN Tonga.
You're listening to PMN Tonga with John Pulu.
Io whakatalo whātu pia mālo mo e lau maere a hou eiki pia mo e lelei ai kakai whanua. Koe tau polo kalama ni PMN Tonga. Ko tui pe mea pe hou eiki pia mo e kakai whanua koe ngahi aho pe ni toi pe ngahi aho e hongo fulu nai pia kakato ai aho ai tau whiri whakawhanua koe ni ai whanua ni, or otherwise known as the general election. We are very delighted to welcome two Tongan candidates in the National Party, and they join us right now via Zoom. We welcome first Dr. Ruby Manukia Schaumkel. Dr. Manukia Schaumkel, malo e tau maue fia fini.
Malo e tau maue a honi John Pulu pa whakamaloa toi ome whainga mali ko ni ke whaha pōtala no whiko aki pe moi whili pa kole ke huwhanga he ngai whakatap ko tōpe. Malo.
Welcome, Dr. Ruby. Malo pita si kaumai he polo kalama. I know you're both very busy, and another busy person is Rosemary. Rosemary, malo lele, and welcome to our polo kalama.
Malo, John, and welcome to all our listeners out there. Thank you.
Malo, Opito, look, let's kick things off. Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Let's start with Dr. Ruby Manukia Schaumkel, who is standing for National in the Kelston area. Ruby, over to you. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're standing and representing.
Malo apito John. Ai ko ku hange ko e lavika John ko kingoa ko Dr. Ruby Manukia Schaumkel o ko e toko taha peao o e community Tonga o ko lolo Tonga lele i Kelston. Ai ko e vaaia o e wesite. Pea ko au ne u wha ele i peao i Tonga o ko mai ko hao ko ngumatu a me niwa fo o pea mo eua masani. Yep. Pea ne whaelei pēo i Tonga pēo hau ki hene he tau whā, pēo mo ku whāmili, ai ko au koe whānau e toko ono pēo koe whika ni māo. Koe makatuunga pē mao mai ki nusila, koe kumi hawhainga mālie whakaako, ki he mau ngahi kaha o. Pea o ko lele i Kelston pēo ko atu pe hene ai tala ai ko leat ke kakai Tonga ko tōpe i he waa koe a Kelston ke consider mai ha whili ki a te au, ai ko Schaumkel for Kelston, 2 ticks blue, but my party vote national, malo apito, John.
Malo apito e toke tā Ruby, te utai whoki atu pē ki a koe anai ange, but let's check in with Rosemary, who is standing in Māngere for the National Party. Rosemary, lovely to have you on our polo kalama. Omi moha ki whamatala, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you chose to stand in Māngere.
Yeah. Well, I'm born and bred in Auckland Central. I grew up in the 70s in Eden Terrace, Newton, Greyland, Kingsland, around that time. My father's from Niafu, Vava'u, and my mother, actually, I'm Tongan Irish, and then my mother's from Samoa in Murwhanua. So my parents came here during that time in the 60s where jobs were available, and they saw it as an opportunity to come here, the land of milk and honey, help their families back in the islands, and then they married, had 2 children, and then they worked in those factories. So I've grown up in Central Auckland, but I've lived in Māngere for 30 years, and I have 4 children and a granddaughter. So yeah, Māngere is home now. Māngere is always home.
And it's a place you want to represent if elected.
Oh, definitely. Could never see myself go back Central. My children are growing up here. We've schooled them here and have raised them as a single parent for many years. And you just have to understand that Māngere matters. And I think, when we think about Māngere, let's look at who they vote for. So, yeah.
So why politics? What made you choose to put your hand up for and also for the National Party?
I think when I think of my values, my family's values, we understand Pacifica come with their faith and their service, and working hard is not it's not something that we should shy away from. I've worked hard, even raising my children. But I also believe that we need a voice at that table, the table where many decisions are made. But also, I'm not from politics. I'm an administrator. I've worked hard. I've volunteered here. But I want to be someone that's present and someone that people can go, yeah, she talks for us, not to us, and listens. So my values align with strong families and also being someone of working hard, that you should be rewarded for working hard.
We'll come back to you soon, Rosemary, but we'll come back to Ruby now. Toke tā, koutou pēr ko si mea I pe he tokolahi e kakai e whanua I he whanua ni ho ngāwe I he tawhaaki o e lao, or your work in the legal sector. But what made you choose, toke tā, to put your hand up and why the National Party?
Ia malo apito o John. Koe uhinga pe kuhu koe ke politika le he koe lawyer whaki ok nau whakaton lea pe koe whakaton tonu e ngahi lao, so interpret law. Koe next stage, koe step uhono hoko, koe whau koe a lao pe koe draft legislation. Koe me aine o whi mao ke u kau he politika le. He ku lahi ngahi me aia o e lao o te whi mao ki tai ke whakalelei. And the only way to do that is ke hu ki whale lea, ke whaiha whainga whakalau ke toko ni e kakai tonga. Pea ka pāwhuk tau sio ki tau tolu, ko ki tau tolu kakai tonga mai otomotu, na tau mai ke whanua ko ni, ne tau whaafili ki he pāti leipa. Pea ko tuia ko taimi koe a David Longi, ko taimi lelei o e pāti leipa na toko ni ki he working class ke kakai ngāwe. Ka ku iai shiftia tai mini me iai o hange toka te line kehe tai mini wheko aki pea moe. Ngahi whaunga pe koe ideology ko o mai he pāti, ko me ai o ku iai lewa ai pull ki he National Party, ko he au nau focus nau toluia ki he economy, ki he ātakai pe moe whakalele koe ai whanua, whakangāwe, whakaekonomika. O ku iai lewa ai shiftia ki ai ko hea, o ku te aspirational ki ai te ngai whakaamu pe moe hope, ki he kaha u e lelei anga e tuunga whakaekonomika te whāmili, pe moe ako te ngahi whānau, pe moe ngahi mea pehe, koe uhinga ia oku te aluai whoki ke hiki ki he me pāti Leipa ki he pāti national, pako tui pe koe whili koe ni maho inga, hoki ai ai kakai e ni ihe kunau kamate ke nau whakakau, ke nau hiki me he pāti Leipa ki he pāti national, ko hea koe tō lalo ai tuunga whakaekonomika, whakaako, whakangahi mea whale maha ki, ko me au ki ai o whi mai kakai ke iai ha liliu I he whili koe ni, malo.
Ruby whakamalo atu tau ki hanga nge ki he ngahi mea koe ni o ku tuku mai he pāti national pia moe taki, Christopher Luxon ki he kakai whonua. Koe hea ngahi mea o ke pe he lawa toko ni ai ki he kakai whonua. Wara maho hafo I mea pe nai e tolu te ke lawa o whakatata pe mo omi pe, ke mea I he kai ngā whanongo ka taki.
Iyo, maha koe ulua ki pe hange koe kulau koe major focus o pāti national law koe economy he, ke mā lohi ai economy a ngahi business pe koe, you know, koe machinery koe ia o labor force ke mā lohi. Pe koe pehe he pāti e o mai e o atu e tax relief. Ko hea koe focus koe ki he squeezed middle, ki ati ki nau tolu koe average income earners I loto mālie. Ai ko focus ki ai, ki nau tolu koe ngāwe mālohi. E whakafoki atu e tax relief ki a kita, pe whakakalakalasi ai o atu e tax relief o hange koe ni, me tahakilu ke tahakilu ni mano, e whakafoki atu e uangeau ni manoa ki a te kita to keep more in your back pocket. Ulua kia, hono wā ko pehe tokoni ke tau kakai, koe tau si kau tō leka, he ko ilo pe nau whanongo mai ke pō kalama koe ni. E kai ke ha national law o ta ofi ai winter payment, e kei mao pe ia ai payment ko ia, pe e hiki lewa ai wahe superannuation whakatao. Whakafoki atu ia ke tokoni ke si kau tō leka, pe e toi mao pe mo ki nau tōlu ai tax relief. Maho inga ke mahi no e he kau tō leka, I he ta whaaki koe o e ako, o pe
Ko le whakamore atu pe hau e ki pia moe kāinga, ko e ki I palparema whakti. Oh, there we go. Sorry atu Ruby, continue nai ki I motu hia si I mai pe, but as you were, kātaki Ruby.
Ia, I think I left on he education he. Whe mao he pāti ke whoki ai tau mua ke core focus ke a koi ai ngahi core subjects whika Englisi pe moi writing pe moi tohi. Ko heo gai shift ia ai curriculum ke ideology ke he. Whe mao ke toi whoki mai ke a koi ai whānau ke toi lift ai decline ko ia o ki ai ai ako. Ko ngahi mea ia tolu ko o atu tu kehe ai ngahi mea koe o mai ke toi langange a ngahi hala infrastructure. Pe mahalo pe mo mea taha John o toi o mai he national law ai cancer treatment e taha tolu. Ke toi o mai ia ke kau I he farmers list ke toi toko ni ia ke kakai ke kau ia he ki nau tolu koe o nau mao he mahaki koe a o kansa. Ke toi pe mo kakai whewhine, ko le peke hufanga ngai whakatapu, e hiki lewa a ngahi mammogram, hako taimini o ngata pe he ono nima, he retirement, ka e hiki ia o ao ke whitu whā. So te whoaki atu ia, ko ia ko sio koe, ke toko ni e kakai ko ia, I he cancer treatment ka mai ka kai whiwhine koe whikau aki pe moi mammogram. Ko ngai whanki mea iki pe to atu whakaiki ka tau toki hoko at malo.
Malo pito e toketa. Rosemary, we've heard from Dr. Ruby on some of the points or what the National Party offers, but what are you campaigning with this time for the people of Māngere? And I'm actually grateful that we've got one from the south of Auckland and another from west of Auckland, so we're hearing the different needs and whatnot. But what's priority from what you're hearing from the people of Māngere and the people out in South Auckland?
Well, listening to Ruby, I believe she's basically covered the loss. But when I'm out in Māngere, the cost of living is always the main thing. People finding it hard, not just with food, it's, just getting to work. Sometimes I heard from one lady, $20 doesn't stretch far when you're having to drive out of the area to go to work and back and pick up your kids for school. So these, everything accumulates. And so that it's so important that we get to the point where we need to grow a strong economy so we can lift their incomes, help people, and even our children, get our children back in school, get them on a level path where they are learning. Because my parents always valued education. So, because that was the gateway and the pathways to other things. Because my father didn't finish school, so he was very limited. So, but he always knew that he had kids. That was our way of being whoever we want to be. And I really believe we start our children young, basics, learning those basics brilliantly, helping our children that aren't in school. And we know there's lots of other issues around that, but that cost of living and getting our children back in school by rebuilding our economy is important.
Morning, Pito. And once again, we will come back to you, Rosemary. But coming back to you, Dr. Ruby, I know that you do a lot o ngāwe koena I he community tonga, I he taua nofo koeni, I he whonuani. But wai nai hanga he mea o kuke whee mau ke tuku mai ke kai whonua I he ki whainga maaria koeni, because ko kamata whoki ai advance voting I he weekeni. So many people will be able to go and vote early. They don't have to wait until next Saturday. But what is your message, Dr. Ruby, ki he kainga tonga, I he ki whainga maaria koeni, because we're very fortunate, we're very privileged I he whonuani too. We're able to vote and have a say in how things work for the coming future. But what's your message, Dr. Ruby?
Malo apito John, maho inga foki ai mea ko ke tala mai, na e kamata, na e awa foki e whili me aha ua o Okatopa. E lele ai peke aho taha whā o Okatopa, ai ko os kamata I early voting. Ko e whakamanatu atu pe, e mao atu I homo puha meli, ai homo voting papers me he electoral commission. Mo whakaawa e usila goia, o kia e ki kāti ai, ko ki kāti goia o tohi ai ho hingoa, ho identification ke alu moia to oia ki he voting ki he whaitu o whili. ai koe uluaki ia. So, ai koe foi fili ua taha ki kantiteti, pa taha ki he pāti. O hange ko au ko tu I Kelston, ko le atau ke mosio ange o lispe ai I he te whakaiku, ai ko Schaumkel. Pea ko ne o sia whaki he fili, o ko whakamomu ai Schaumkel I he sepuloni. Pea ko pehe pena ko ki whainga mālie ni a aku, ke ulaki mo ulaki tiki pe Schaumkel lo he ko ulaki asia. Pea koe foi fili lewa honoa, koe fili au pāti. Pea koe foi fili koia, koe foi fili a tene hango o determine ai pule anga. Ai koe foi fili ua taha ke kantiteiti, pe mo taha ke party vote. Maho inga whakato osi ka pau koe foi tike ua, o hange koe ni John Pulu ki he ku background, osi asi pe ai foi 2 ticks, blue, national pe mo Schaumkel, sio ki he ko osi mao pe ia, ka koe whea mao koe foi party vote maho inga au pito. He koe party vote tene hange o liliu ai pule anga. Pe koe maha koe whakaloto lahi atu pe. Koe wholoa ta ueni ka kai tonga e tau si nofo pae a mai he whanua muli koe ni. Pe ka pau o ku tau fili whakapoto, fili lelei whika o aki moi ngahi policy. Ai koe o ku whiunga pe moi tau tui kalistiane, tau tui whakalotu, tau ulunganga whakatonga, ulunganga whakapasifiki. Ko hea ke toko nii ki tau tolu, o hange ko ea ne o whakamatala atu ki he national law. Ko ha pātieni e toko nii ki tau tolu ke langa hake ai mo ui. Lift the standard of living, lift education, lift everything I he tau ngahi mo ui. O hange ko ea na ke lava ki ai John, o ko ngaue he ngahi waa kehe pe o community, pa ko whea mao ki he tau kakai, ke tau iha tuunga o toi, le leianga ha tuunga o toi whakalaka I he whanua koe ni, ko mea ku pole ai ke hu koe ke politikale, ke whaiha, ke represent ho tau kakai, mo tala monua ke ngahi fili ko toa pe, and remember vote, he ka pau osiange tai mia o ke complain be, koe fu uia a au he koheane kai ke alo o fili, malo o pito.
Malo pito Dr. Ruby pia koe mea nang mahu inga ho o tuku mai o ku ke kaufoki I he area pe koe wahenga koe na o kui ai Carmel Sepuloni. Aia koe whaitu foki u lorotonga kula he taimini. Pa koe mahalo koe campaign o ke whakahoko he taimini o ke whemau ke whetongi nai I he ngahi aho koe ni ka hoko mai. And also another red area is Māngere. Coming back to Rosemary, which is an area that has been won with the seat of Aupito, William Sio, who's retired now, but you now go up against Le Maunga as well as other Māngere candidates. What's your final message, ka taki pe Rosemary ki he kakai whanua and those who can vote in the Māngere area?
Yeah, thank you, John. Remember that voting belongs to the people. It doesn't belong to a party. So it's important you vote. New Zealand the women fought to get that vote, and not every country has the opportunity to vote. Pacific Islanders have one of the lowest rates of turnout for voting. So it's so important that you have a say, you have a voice, and Māngere deserves a voice. And, just because we default because of the past to a party that our parents or grandparents have always voted, let's talk about what is offered. Real plans for everyone. Look, if you want to know where to vote, you can go online, Vote NZ. If you haven't enrolled, you can still vote. You can go there and they'll enroll you and you can vote. I just want people to have a chance to vote and do it this election because it's important.
Malo pito Rosemary, and just tell us what are your movements in the next few days, as I know we get closer to the final, the 14th of this month. Let us know and how people can follow and find out more details about what you're doing.
Well, I'm in the car at the moment because we're waving signs on an intersection, our team. So I've come to do the interview. So we've got the markets. We're out in the markets. We're at some events, but we're doing Tangata Pacifica somewhere on Saturday, I hear. And look, you'll see us around. I'll be out on the streets, door knocking, doing those last minute, like telling people vote and telling people, hey, I'm your other option. I'm the option that wants to see an economy that's rebuilt and see the cost of living reduced, and really want to do help. Because with Pacific Islanders, we know we come to serve, not to be served, whether you're an MP or, whoever you are. We want to serve and work hard for the people.
Malo, Bito, Rosemary, and just final words, Toketa Ruby, with your movements this week.
Io koe mea tatau pe koe tuki ngahi matapā koe deliver flies ki ho puha meili ma te watu ki ho api ka pau ko ke nofa i Kelston i whakamanatu at koe ke whili pe moi sign waving ai koe u koe hui mun horing koe to o ngai saini o tu he hala o tā ke kakai ka pau ki aha ka inga hene nau whea mai mo nau fuka mate maatonga ko tali pe moia o mai pe o tu he tafa aki ke waving ahi fuka. But it's going to be full on between now and my taha wha o katapa. But toki mohe pe he osi election he aho goia.
Tala monu atu ki a koe toketa Ruby Manukia Schaumkel, but he foki ki a koe Rosemary Bourke. Rosemary is standing in the Māngere electorate, as well as Ruby standing in Kelston over in West Auckland. We wish you both a peaceful and happy campaign as you prepare, because this is not just yourself, but it's a whole village that surrounds you for this type of work. Mālo apito for making time for us this afternoon. Ofa atu.